I think this was a very dicey move because I think this very much opens up interpretation to what Blake Lively is saying was uncomfortable, and the key word here, unwelcome.
Liz Plank was out, instantly said she quit, a show of support and solidarity with Blake after everything dropped, and people began looking into it.
Breaking news that has Hollywood shaking. Justin Baldoni just secured a monumental win, leaving Blake Lively in a whirlwind of public scrutiny and career uncertainty. This isn't just another Hollywood feud, it's a full-blown spectacle, and the fallout is juicier than anyone could have anticipated. So grab your popcorn, because we're diving deep into the drama that has everyone talking.
I believe that it's a continuation of the smear campaign that Blake initially claims happened while they were promoting the film.
Let's start with what went down. Blake Lively, Hollywood's golden girl with her picture-perfect life with Ryan Reynolds, suddenly finds herself in the middle of a legal and PR catastrophe. It all began with a film adaptation of the beloved book, It Ends With Us. Justin Baldoni was spearheading the project alongside Wayfarer Studios. Enter Lively as the lead. What could go wrong? Apparently everything.
I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint.
Behind the scenes, Lively wasn't just content being the star. She reportedly wanted to oversee every aspect of production, from rewriting scenes to tweaking costumes, and even deciding who stayed and who got fired. Sources inside Wayfarer Studios allege that Lively's involvement went far beyond typical actor input. She effectively took over, sidelining professionals brought on by Baldoni. Reports suggest that Lively brought in her own team, a wardrobe designer, composer, and editor to reshape the movie into her personal vision. And let's be clear, this wasn't out of the goodness of her heart. It was an attempt to assert complete creative control.
That's it. There he is, creepy Baldoni, getting close to her, obviously making small chatter not in character so as not to make the scene, which didn't require dialogue, awkward.
Baldoni, who had invested years into the project, found himself battling for authority over his own film. One insider described the set as hostile, with clashing egos and constant power plays. The breaking point, Lively's decision to hold an unauthorized screening of an unfinished version at a literary event. She reportedly took an incomplete cut on a hard drive onto an airplane and showcased it without studio approval. This move blindsided Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios and disrupted the planned timeline for the film's release. Hollywood doesn't take kindly to rogue screenings. Studio executives were livid, and Baldoni now had a smoking gun for his legal counterattack.
Literally, I'm just asking the question, like, how are women allowed to do this? To take something and to make it sound like you survived, because that's what it sounded like to the public.
Speaking of courtrooms, Lively's team filed multiple motions to silence Baldoni and his lawyer, Brian Friedman. They sought a gag order to prevent Friedman from discussing the case publicly, claiming his statements could harm Lively's reputation. But the judge wasn't buying it. The motion was denied outright, giving Friedman free rein to dismantle Lively's claims. Friedman accused Lively of hypocrisy, pointing out that while she wanted Baldoni's team quiet, she had no problem leaking sensitive details to sway the narrative in her favor. Lively also tried to avoid deposition, clearly wanting to sidestep questioning from Baldoni's legal team. But again, the court ruled against her. The ruling mandated her participation, opening the door for potentially incriminating details to emerge. This wasn't just about creative disagreements anymore. This was about exposing manipulation and power plays that tarnished the film's production and everyone's reputation.
I have got some major scoops. I mean, everybody's talking because the sink is shipping and people want to get onto lifeboats. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to...
Let's not overlook Ryan Reynolds, who's been pulled into this mess. Allegations suggest that Reynolds supported Lively's takeover attempts, possibly to set the stage for a sequel. But some insiders believe his involvement was rooted in jealousy. Remember the intimate dance scene between Lively and Baldoni's characters? Fans noticed its resemblance to the iconic scene in Green Lantern, where Lively and Reynolds first fell in love. Coincidence? Many think not. Reynolds' reported discomfort with Lively and Baldoni's on-screen chemistry has fueled rumors that he pushed Lively to take control of the project. Reynolds is no stranger to Hollywood power plays, but this time it seems his machinations have backfired spectacularly.
So I'm just going to very quickly, before I give you all of the tea that I got over the weekend, I'm going to go over the biggest revelations from the filing.
Public perception has been brutal. Fans and industry insiders have called out Lively for overreach and manipulation. One fan commented, What's crazy is she wanted to direct but didn't even read the book. Her choices literally contradicted so much of the book, wearing only name brands like Louis Vuitton when her character was a struggling small business owner. This sentiment has echoed across social media, with many accusing Lively of missing the mark on what made the original story compelling. Her insistence on glamming up a character meant to represent resilience and relatability has left fans disappointed and outraged.
Literally tells Ryan he wants to be friends with you. And I could just see Ryan sitting there like, yes, this is exactly what I want, a puppy to kick in the mouth.
Meanwhile, Baldoni has positioned himself as the underdog, a David fighting a Goliath-like couple with immense Hollywood influence. Some have rallied behind him, pointing out the unfairness. One comment read, "Criminals. This was an attempted heist and destroyed the career of Baldoni." Public opinion is divided, but the tide seems to be turning in Baldoni's favor as more details emerge about Lively's behind-the-scenes behavior.
And one of the most significant allegations in Baldoni's lawsuit is that Lively sought to gain control over the editing process of it.
The industry has taken notice too. Studios are reportedly rethinking working with Lively given the drama she's brought. Sony has reportedly paused discussions about future collaborations. And Netflix, which had been considering her for a lead role in an upcoming thriller, has allegedly scrapped the idea altogether. The message is clear: Hollywood doesn't have time for this chaos, no matter how big your name. The ripple effect has reached Reynolds, too. His untouchable status is being questioned, with some insiders speculating this debacle could tarnish his brand. Reynolds has always been the charming, quick-witted star who could do no wrong, but this legal mess has exposed a different side, one willing to play dirty to protect his interests. Not a good look for someone whose career is built on being likable.
Sidebar, Blake Lively's team has denied all of these allegations. They have responded.
But this story is far from over. With depositions, court dates, and potential box office disasters looming, the drama is just beginning. Will Lively salvage her reputation? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of Hollywood's most celebrated stars? And what about Baldoni? Can he turn this legal mess into a comeback? Or will the scandal follow him forever? One thing's for sure, everyone will be watching. The drama continues. And if you thought things couldn't get messier, just wait. Hollywood may be the land of reinvention, but Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are finding out that even the brightest stars can't escape when the industry decides it's had enough.
For most of his career, he has been a major proponent of feminism, of healthy masculinity. How does it feel for him, though?
Let's dive into how the industry is reacting. Studio executives typically have short memories with scandals. After all, money talks. But this time, it's different. Blake Lively's actions have left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Imagine being a producer, pouring millions into a project, only to watch it crumble because the lead actress decided she knew better than the professionals. One insider told Variety that Lively's reputation has become toxic, with some studios quietly shelving projects that were in early discussions with her. This isn't just about one film. It's about trust. Can she be relied upon to stick to her role, or will she take over the next production she joins?
Shutting down a woman's claims.
She is claiming that there was sexual harassment. He's saying none of it is true, never happened, never did.
Even Netflix, a platform that thrives on star power, has apparently backed away. Rumor has it that Lively was being considered for a lead role in a high-profile thriller. But after the headlines piled up, the talks mysteriously went silent. When Netflix doesn't want to touch a star as bankable as Blake Lively, you know the situation is dire. This is the same platform that gave Ryan Reynolds multiple big-budget deals, yet even his influence couldn't salvage her chances. Public relations experts are calling this one of the worst career implosions in recent memory. The damage extends to Reynolds, who's now facing questions about his involvement in the mess. Reports suggest Reynolds wasn't just a supportive husband on the sidelines. Allegedly, he played a significant role behind the scenes, backing Lively's power moves and sometimes encouraging them. And let's not forget the rumors about his jealousy regarding certain scenes. Fans have pointed out how similar the intimate dance scene between Lively and Baldoni was to the iconic moment from Green Lantern, where Lively and Reynolds first fell for each other.
Genuinely, Steph, if you're watching this, I genuinely don't like Blake Lively. Like, I genuinely know. I've known she's a brat. Nobody's paying me to say this.
Reynolds' reputation isn't just suffering from his behind-the-scenes involvement. His decision to joke about the legal drama during public appearances has added fuel to the fire. Fans who once praised his wit are now calling him tone-deaf. One social media post read, "Ryan's always been quick with a joke, but maybe he should sit this one out." It's not a good look to make light of something that's clearly affecting so many people. The backlash has been swift, with some questioning whether his carefully curated image was just that, an image.
That Justin won't be bullied by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So his lawyer told us that their recent court filings show how scared they are.
Reynolds' own career could face collateral damage. Studios are noting how closely he's tied to the drama. And while his star power is undeniable, no one wants to invest in a project with this level of baggage. Let's circle back to Blake Lively's decisions on set. A major point of contention has been her apparent disregard for the source material. This is a beloved book with a massive following, and fans expected the film to stay true to its roots. Instead, Lively reportedly made decisions that contradicted the essence of her character. The character Lily Bloom is supposed to be relatable, someone who struggles and represents resilience. Decking her out in luxury brands? That's a slap in the face to the story's core themes and its fans.
But yeah, it's just getting super nasty, and it seems like he's not cowering to this attempted gag order.
Yeah, I don't really understand Blake Lively's.
This disconnect between Lively's vision and the story's intent has deepened the divide between her and the film's audience. It's one thing to take creative liberties. It's another to completely rewrite the narrative for your own agenda. Let's not forget the unauthorized screening, violating industry norms and showing disregard for everyone involved. Baldoni's team used this in court as evidence of her overreach and lack of professionalism. Meanwhile, Baldoni has navigated this chaos carefully. While his career has taken a hit, losing projects and representation, he's positioned himself as the underdog. His legal team has been relentless in countering Lively's claims, releasing evidence that challenges her accusations. One key piece of evidence was text messages between Baldoni and Isabella Ferreira, who played the teenage version of Lively's character. In these messages, Ferreira praised Baldoni for creating a safe environment on set, contradicting Lively's allegations of hostility. While Ferreira later distanced herself from Baldoni, many speculate this was influenced by Lively during their promotional tour.
This tool of a lawsuit or whatever to get it into the public atmosphere, and now you're not going to allow me the chance to respond in the same avenue?
The industry is watching with bated breath, with inevitable comparisons to the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Like that case, this has become a public spectacle, with both sides airing grievances publicly. Even if Baldoni wins legally, the damage to his career may already be done. Hollywood is unforgiving, and high-profile controversies often leave lasting stains. What's next for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds? Lively's next film releases in 2025, and all eyes will be on its box office performance. If it flops, it could be the final nail in her career coffin. And while Reynolds might still have star power, will studios take the risk? Hollywood is a business, and no one bets on unstable brands.
But this is such an interpretation of perspective, because I watched the footage, and I'm sure we all have, and it's very easy to argue.
Social media has become a battleground of opinions. Some firmly support Baldoni, believing he was unfairly targeted and that Lively and Reynolds orchestrated a smear campaign. Others are trying to make sense of the conflicting narratives, and some are just here for the drama, eagerly awaiting the next twist. As this story unfolds, the stakes couldn't be higher. For Lively, it's about salvaging her reputation and proving she's not the manipulative figure many now believe. For Baldoni, it's about reclaiming his career and showing he's more than these allegations. For Reynolds, it's maintaining his golden boy image amid mounting scrutiny. What do you think? Can Blake Lively bounce back, or has Hollywood made up its mind? Will Justin Baldoni turn this debacle into a comeback, or is he destined to be another casualty of Hollywood's unforgiving nature? Let us know your thoughts. And stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding drama. After all, in Hollywood, the story is never really over.